friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Novella and today is the day after yesterday, which means a belated Sunday coffee clutch. I was trying to upload my video and then the internet went down, and then I decided I didn't like the video, so I'm re-shooting my video. So yeah, what have I been doing? Well, I've did a lot, but not that much reading. I read the fabulous Edith diary by Patricia Highsmith in our 2-year-long read-along, buddy read with Ollie from Criminology. So we are reading her entire works. That's 23 books. And we are reading them in the order of appearance, which is very, very interesting. Now we just read Edith's diary. This book was published in 1977. And it's not a thriller or a mystery whatsoever. It's really a work of fiction, literary work. I think she wanted to prove to herself and to her readers that she can write literary fiction. And she does it brilliantly. I gave this book 5 stars. So what is the book about? The book is about Edith. She is a mother and wife to Bertie, I believe, or Brett. And she has a son, Cliffy. At the beginning of the story, they are moving from New York to somewhere in, I believe, Pennsylvania, because Brett wants a more relaxed life. He's a journalist and he got fed up with the hustle and bustle of New York, and he found a much quieter job somewhere in for a local newspaper. Edith is quite happy with the move. She now has a beautiful house, a garden, and yeah, for her, she is all for the move. And then Brett comes home and he says, well, I have my Uncle George, who is alone and in his 70s and has a lot of back pain, and he wants to stay for a while so he can recuperate. She is not too keen on that, but well, she's a good mother and a housewife, and she decides to take him in and take care of the man. And the couple of weeks become a couple of months, and before you know it, becomes a couple of years, and Brett decides to do something different, and she is with that man, with George. I call him Sleeping George because he's always asleep. And Cliffy, who is now late teen, early 20s, and he is not worth anything, actually. He doesn't like working, he doesn't like doing too much. He's not too friendly. He's not, he is just a loser. And of course, Edith's diary is about what she is writing in that diary. And it is a beautiful piece of work. She is, Patricia Highsmith created an atmosphere, a story that is so vintage. Patricia Highsmith, everybody is flawed but still likable in a way. Nobody is wrong or right. There are 100 different shades of right and wrong, and the way she masters this whole story and the way she tells the story is incredible, is absolutely incredible. Now, the story is yeah, and really well written, really well crafted. There are a lot of things that I underlined and really highlighted, and I thought, well, there's some truth in it. And of course, she has her typical things she talks about, like suicide, depression, alcoholism, addiction. So yeah, it's a very, very, very interesting book. I think she wrote it in her 50s, 1977. I think she was born in the late 20s. So yeah, I think around that. And you can really feel that she has put a lot of effort in the book and a lot of thought. And yeah, it's a brilliant, brilliant Patricia Highsmith. If you want to read a story by Patricia Highsmith that isn't a mystery, well, this is your book, together with Carol, which is also a literary fiction. But by then she published that still anonymously. She only came out much later as the author of that book. So yeah, officially this was her first work of fiction, but it was her second. Anyway, we both really enjoyed this book, and we both gave it 5 stars. It was really good. And then now I also am reading For Classics and Company, Les Misérables by Victor Hugo. Book 5 of part 1. There are 3 parts, and each part has at least 8 to 12 books. And yeah, so I'm not far in. I'm only 200 and a bit of pages in, but I'm really enjoying. This is a new translation, so you have to know Les Misérables was first published in Brussels, which is the capital of the country I live in. In Belgium, we speak 3 languages. There are 3 official languages, Dutch being the biggest, the largest language, then French, and then German. Now, I have to tell you, so this book is published in Brussels 150 years ago. They only translated up until 2022 a much shorter version of Les Misérables, a book that is only like 450 pages long. This is 1,400 pages. So yeah, you can imagine that you're missing a little bit if you only read the previous version. So yeah, I'm shocked that it took more than 150 years to translate this into Dutch as a whole, and not as just a shortened version of the story. Then I also read Abdulrazak Gurnah's novel Afterlife. He is the Nobel Prize winner. This is him. The Nobel Prize winner that nobody had ever heard of before. I think he is, I don't know where he's from. Afterlives. I know he's from Africa, but I'm not exactly sure. I will put that in below. So this is a beautiful story. Afterlives is about a man called Hamza, who lives in the part of Africa that is occupied by Germany, colonized by Germany. And he decides to go to war, the First World War, for Germany. And he is very traumatized by the war, by fighting against people you don't really know, and it's not really your battle. But anyway, he learns how to write and read in German, and he hopes that this will help him in his life, but he finds it really difficult to get his act together in a way. And this is a story of a man who is struggling with himself and with society. He also has a daughter that he briefly took care of, and he wasn't very good at it. He was very violent towards her, and then he decided to go to war. This is really well written, really a well told story. Is it Nobel Prize worthy? No. But still, it's a 4.5-star read. It reads really quickly, really smoothly. I enjoyed this book. I highly recommend the story if you want to read about colonialism, German colonialism in the northern part of Africa. It was good. So yeah, that's about it. I haven't read that much. I'm mostly applying and driving around and selling stuff because my budget is 0. And this week I also learned that I had a parking fine of 28 euros. And although I paid through an app for my parking space, something went wrong, and my number plate had disappeared from the app, and so I paid for a non-existing car. So I got 28 euros fine, but I didn't have the money to pay right away, and then the fine was doubled, and of course I didn't have money for that either. And now I have to go to court, and I have a fine of 330 euros, and have no idea. So yeah, I have been selling stuff like my sofa and other stuff because there's nothing else I can do. Labor is very expensive in Belgium, so doing the odd jobs like doing dishes or whatever, they don't take people who come just to get out of trouble or to earn some extra money. They really need somebody who will do that full time, and my bank is not allowing that. So yeah, it's difficult. Why am I telling this? Why am I telling this? Because, you know, when you're struggling and you're fighting really hard, and you're up against a mountain of challenges, you feel very alone. And yeah, you feel very alone, you know. You can't do anything fun or meet people because you can't really be honest. So yeah, and the 30th, the 29th, I believe I have to go to court. I don't even know if I have enough gas to go, because I have a really important exam for a job application on the 15th and on the 17th, next week, next Monday. And yeah, I had saved for that, but now I have to go to court, and I don't know what I will do. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. So yeah, that's my life. It hasn't been fun. It's difficult to keep your sanity sometimes. There you go. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.